4,000 strikeout club. Tuesday, Randy Johnson won it in. Diamondbacks hosting San Diego. The big unit 8 strikeouts away from becoming a card-carrying member. But his D-backs stuck in a franchise record 10-game losing streak. Things have not been going their way at all lately. Top 2, Johnson rings up Ryan Klesko, career strikeout number 3,993, and thankfully that guy's keeping track. Top 3 gets his opposite number, Brian Sweeney, 3,994 for the unit. Top 4, Phil Nevin. And he's 5 away, but you'll note the Diamondbacks are again trailing 2-0 the Padres lead. Next up, Johnson rings up Jay Payton. Strikeout number 3,996 for Randy Johnson. 4 more to go. Top 5, Sweeney again. Now 3 Ks away from 4,000 Ks for his career. Top 6, Jeff Cirillo. We're only 2 Ks away. Top 7, Ryan Klesko. Johnson working on Klesko here for strikeout number 3,999, and you can put it on the board. He is 1 away. Top 8, though, still 2-1 Padres. Johnson trying to keep this thing close and maybe get the win as well, but he serves up the solo shot to Khalil Green. 4th for Green makes it 3-1 San Diego. The unit allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, on only 4 hits in 8. Later in that inning, facing Jeff Cirillo, 1 strikeout away from 4,000 for his career. And there it is. Comes on a strike him out, throw him up. Update the tote board. 4,000 career strikeouts for Randy Johnson. A historic night at Bob. But as we said, the Padres leading the game. 3-2 in the 8th. Arizona, though, can try and get the unit a win here. They load the bases, but Akinori Otsuka strikes out Robbie Hammock. Padres win 3-2. Diamondbacks lose again, but Johnson gets 4,000.
Really wanted to enjoy this as much as I probably did the game in Atlanta, but you know, it's really hard to enjoy something when you lose a ball game, because that's all I live for now.
Randy Johnson talking about the Diamondbacks' team record, a losing streak. It's up to 11 now, but Dave Campbell has some thoughts on.
The Brewers will play at Miller Park against the Rockies, who play at Coors Field.
Coming out of the Miller short.
Thank you.
Oh, that's
perfect.
Right there.
So let me continue. It's Miller against Coors, so you must be 21 years older to watch this highlight. Stephen, like you just made it. Jed Moeller. Hey, that's your first career grand slam, and it came off of Sean Estes yet. Your 4th home run of the year. Brewers are up 5-1, just like that. Bottom 4, Larry Walker at bat, 1 hit away from 2,000. Still sitting on 1,999, though, thanks to Chris Capuano, who evens his record at 3-3, and the Brewers have won 3 in a row.
Rival Red Sox, Johnny Damon, the passion leading off Javier Vasquez. A solo home run to lead off the game. 2 home runs by Damon on the night. He's got 6 on the year, and it's 1-0. Vice President Dick Cheney on hand. I believe he's using Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy's seats. Yes. Secret Service military personnel on hand. Bottom 3, Hideki Matsui off Derek Lowe. Derek Jeter will score. A-Rod as well. It's 4-2 Yankees. Matsui, 11 for 19 career against Derek Lowe. Owns him. Owns. Now look at this. Cheney and company have switched seats.
What's up with that?
Move closer. And he's wearing a Yankee hat.
Doesn't everybody? Not the Yankee hat part.
All right. Nomar Garciaparra. 2 errors for Nomar in the game. Jeter safe on that one. Next up, Gary Sheffield. Oh, he hit that wicked hard. A 3-run shot, his 13th. 7-2 Yankees. Chef said afterward, we were jacked up for this one. The Red Sox, 4 unearned runs on Tuesday. They lead the majors in that category with 58. The defense has been a mess. Bottom 5, Jorge Posada to 2nd. We said defensive issues. Pokey Reese wouldn't have had that one. They got to settle for the force at 2nd, so only 2 outs for former Red Sox great Tony Clark. And he hammers this one off Derek Lowe. A 2-run shot is 5th. Lowe a career-high 9 runs allowed, but only 5 were earned. The Yankees win 11-3. They're now a season-high 6.5 up on Boston in the East. Since getting swept by the Red Sox at home near the end of April, the Yankees have made the South Bronx a tough place. The Yankees
score against Toronto. Reed Johnson gets under it. Carl Crawford is there to make the great catch, making up for an 0-for-3 game. It's a tough play nominee. Still top of the first 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Chris Gomez. Gomez taking off the 2nd on Toby Hall's throw. Eric Hinsky will steal home. Yeah, Hinsky, the first Blue Jay to steal home since April of 2001. He was also 2 for 4. Top of the 5th, Blue Jays up 2-0. Josh Phelps over the top for his 6th home run of the year. The Blue Jays cool off Tampa Bay. Ted Lilly allowing 3 hits in 6 innings to win his 7th.
Marlins Braves, Jack McKeon, his Marlins opening day payroll, a little over $42 million. Here are the most expensive Marlins. You got Brad Penny, Carl Pavano, Luis Castillo, and Mike Lowell. The most expensive Marlin, it's Mike Hampton, $10 million. Yeah, Braves pitcher traded back in 2002 to Atlanta. The Marlin still paying most of Hampton's salary, even though he never even pitched for him.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, well, he's kind of pitching for him here. 3-3 in the fifth. Mike Lowell, a solo shot, is 17th. It's 4-3 Florida. Next up, Miguel Cabrera. Back-to-back jacks, his 18th, as Hampton gives up 5 runs on 6 hits in 5. He's now 2-8. Florida wins for just the second time in 6 games. They beat the Braves 5-4. Phillies Expo, second of 4 at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies 39 home runs this month, 3 shy of the team record for any month. They hit 42 in June of 77. Bottom 3, Placido Polanco off Sean Hill is 4th. That's the Phil's 40th homer in June. Bottom 5, Bobby Abreu off Rocky Biddle, a 3-run shot is 16th. 41 home runs and counting in June. Bottom 8, it's David Bell, who went 2 for 4 one night after he hit for the cycle. 2-run shot, his 10th, and it's 15-7 Phillies, their 42nd home run in June. Bottom 8, pinch hitting, it's Tomas Perez. 2-run shot, his 5th. The Phillies break a team record home runs in a month with 43. They win 17-7.
Mets in Cincinnati, top of the 6th, Todd Van Poppel. You know, he allowed 3 home runs in this game. 2 came against Cliff Floyd, his 9th multi-home run game of his career. 10th home run of this year. That one put the Mets at 5-1. They had a 7-1 lead at one point, but it was 7-4 in the 9th. Ken Griffey Jr. coming in to pinch hit with 2 on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Junior in an 0 for 24 slump at this point, but not anymore. There goes the slump with that pinch hit. Griffey, of course, would come out, replaced by a pinch runner. So now Braden Looper now facing Barry Larkin. Art Howe panicking in the dugout. I can feel it. And Looper getting Larkin to ground into the double play. A run did score, just the second earned run allowed in a save situation by Looper this year. Adam Dunn is next on the ground to Jose Reyes. The Mets would close out the Reds 7-5. 14 save for Looper. Jay So, his first win since June 3rd.
Tigers looking for their 5th straight win, hosting Cleveland. Top 9, Ben Broussard. Got it all off Franklin Herman, his 4th of the year, and this puppy's tied up 7-7. I'm going to need a flashback to Saturday when we saw Eric Munson.
You got it.
All right, wow, you're good. Look at this, against Arizona, solo home run in the 9th, and the Tigers beat the Diamondbacks. That's a walk-off. Very next day, Sunday, Carlos Pena, a walk-off grand slam against the Diamondbacks. Back-to-back walk-offs. How about 3 straight walk-offs? 7-7 in the 11th, Dimitri Young. And there it goes. Tigers win 9-7 and 11. First time they've had 3 consecutive games won via the walk-off home run since September of 1998.
Time for the Orioles and Royals. Sidney Ponson, an ERA over 7, close to it, 0-7 in his last 7 starts. Even Sidney says it's embarrassing, you know. They brought me in to win, and right now I'm not winning. Honest guy. Bottom 6, tie game at 3, facing Desi Relaford. Relaford adds to Ponson's misery. Yeah, Ponson went 5 2/3, 9 hits allowed, 4 earned runs. He's lost 8 straight decisions. He's 3-11, and that's really all you can say. Angels, Mark Mulder coming in 7-0 with an ERA around 2 in his last 9 starts. Angels down 2. Garrett Anderson against Mulder. Likes that pitch. Anderson 2 for 4, 2 RBI, hitting .338. Angels within 1, 3-2 to score. Next batter, Jose Guillen. Guillen was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Sean Figgins would score on that to tie it up. Mulder struggled in this one. 9 hits allowed in 7 innings. Bottom 7 bags full. Francisco Rodriguez comes in for some relief. K-Rod against Rubio Durazo gets him swinging. We have 2 out. Next batter, though, Bobby Crosby against K-Rod, and Crosby finds some space. Mark McLemore and Scott Hatterberg would score. It's the 4th blown save for Rodriguez. It's a 5-4 game now. Top of the 9th, Octavio Dotel in to close it out, facing David Eckstein with 2 out. Dotel, no worries. Eckstein pops one out to right. Game over. Dotel's first save as an A. Oakland wins it. Jermaine Dye 3 for 4.
Dodgers swept in 4 games in San Francisco last week, now hosting the Giants for 3 at Dodger Stadium. And Jeff Weaver on the mound facing San Fran for the first time since the Michael Tucker fracases of last week. We flash back June 23rd, Tucker and Weaver, and a lot of disrespecting going on here and some finger pointing at the play. And here we go. The bench is clear, but That's about as bad as it got. Next day, June 24th, Eric Gagne, remembering, comes up in and on Tucker. Tucker doesn't like it. Remember, Gagne's a hockey player. Let's drop the gloves. You want to throw? Let's throw. Steps over to the plate. He was ejected for that. Had to be held back, and the bench is clear. But again, that's about as bad as it got. So let's get back to Tuesday now as we calm Gagne down. More on him in a minute. Giants up 1-0. Weaver facing Tucker. Paybacks, well, she's not very nice. Weaver allowed just 1 run on 6 hits and 6. 1-1 in the 7th. They are loaded. Edgardo Alfonso to second. Jose Hernandez. Cesar is tourist. They double off Marquise Grissom, and LA is out of the jam. Bottom 8, Paul LaDuca. Big spot here. Single. Puts LA up 2-1, and you know what time it is? That's right, Eric Gagne, 81 consecutive saves. If he can close this thing out, he'll make it 82 in a row. 2 outs, top 9. Grissom to short. They'll leave Barry Bonds on deck. Gagne, 82 saves in a row. And a little payback for LA. The Dodgers win the series opener 2-1. Pittsburgh, Chris Carpenter, 6-1 on the road and getting some defensive support behind him. Bottom 3, Albert Pujols. Nice play here on the liner to first. He steps on the bag. That's a double play. Next up, Rob McCoyak, and it's Pujols again. He accounts for all 3 outs in the inning, so I'm going to go ahead and make that a top play nominee. But rookie Sean Burnett had it going for the Pirates. Remember this kid. They love him in Pittsburgh. Top 5 gets Scott rolling. Burnett, 21 years old, allowed only 5 hits in 6 shutout innings. The Pirates scored only 4 runs in Burnett's first 3 career starts, but they get him some support here. Tyke Redmond, bases loaded single. The Pirates win at 3-0. Burnett gets his first big league win. Pittsburgh has 1-4.
2 out, getting Sammy Sosa. AP struck out 7, including Sosa 3 times. He went 5. He was on that pitch count. Jeff Kent likes this pitch. It is deep. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Kent's problem, he's going to pull up lame going to second base. What is Jeff Kent's problem? Well, he had to leave this game. It was that serious with a strained right hamstring. He's day-to-day. Jose Vizcaíno would come in to pinch run. 2 batters later, it's a 2-1 Astro lead. Adam Everett with a drive. Now check out Moises Alou. He's going to have some trouble right there with the ivy. He can't find the ball. I think Steve Bartman is involved.
Alou is involved again, too.
That's what I'm talking about. He can't find it, but it's right there. As you take another look, the ball kicks around. It's right in front of him. He's still looking for it.
The key is not to knock it into the ivy.
Well, that is the key, but I think Bartman was involved. Anyway, it's the 6th error of the year for Moises Alou, and the Astros had a 4-1 lead, but the Cubs would battle back. I know. He doesn't know where it is.
He's not really trying that hard.
He's not. Don't blame it on the ivy. You play in that park. Carlos Beltran. Hey, that was important. Extending his hitting streak to 13. That was his first homer as an Astro. It's 5-4 Astros, and then Alou looking to redeem himself, and Craig Biggio will help that. I mean, he's only played a handful of games and left since Beltran came over.
Every position.
You know what I mean? It was the first error for Biggio this year as he dramatizes that situation. 7-5 Cubs now. Top of the 9th, 2 on, 2 out. Same score. Here comes Beltran, the guy you want up there on the ground, but Derek Lee takes care of business at first, and the Cubs come out with a huge victory, 7-5 over the Astros.
Top 2 teams in the AL Central. First to 3 in Minnesota, Twins and White Sox. Mark Burley, 2-0, 1.32 against the Twins this season. Rings up Michael Kadire in his second. Burley allowed just 2 runs in 8 innings. He struck out 7. Carlos Silva, in contrast, really struggles against the White Sox. Case in point, top 4, Jose Valentin is 16th. 2-0 Chicago as Silva is tagged for 6 runs on 11 hits and 8 2/3. But back comes Minnesota. Bottom 4, Corey Koski, 304 career against Burley is 12th, and Minnesota's back within 1. However, top 7, it's Juan Uribe. And Juan Uribe going the other way. His 11th, the White Sox win 6-2 in a tidy 2 hours and 4 minutes. Chicago has won 4 of 5, and they are now percentage points ahead of the Twins atop the American League Central. Rangers in Seattle looking to beat the Mariners for the 8th straight time this year. Bottom 5, Joaquin Benoit to Miguel Olivo, the first off the glove of Herbert Perry. Benoit over there, and it all works out. Let's make that a top play nominee. Grounder goes off the glove of Perry. Skies to Benoit, and they're able to get the out. Nice work. Bottom 6, Benoit facing Rich Aurelia. Rich Aurelia's got a little pop. 4th of the year, a 2-run shot as Benoit gave up 4 runs on 7 hits and 5 2/3. And Seattle has the lead. Everyday Eddie trying to close in the 9th. Eric Young to the track. Ichiro. And this will stay in the yard. The Mariners win 4-3. Guardado was 15 save as Seattle snaps a 7-game losing streak against the Texas Rangers.